Welcome to this regular meeting of the Town of Abingdon's Historic Preservation Review Board. This is a citizen board appointed by the Town Council to interpret and uphold Abingdon's Historic Preservation Ordinance, which is Chapter 44, Section 2-4 of Abingdon's zoning ordinance that protects the historic district, which has been designated the Old and Historic District, along with all of its contributing resources, including buildings, structures, and sites, from negative encroachment resulting from inappropriate construction, design, alterations, or demolitions. Our review process is guided by our design review guidelines, which are based on the United States Secretary of Interior's standards for rehabilitation. Our aim on this board is to provide a positive bridge of support between the design review process and property owners seeking to make changes, working together through the natural partnership that exists between us for mutual good. The result will be to ensure Abingdon's Historic District continues as a valuable asset and one that makes Abingdon a good place to live, to work, and to visit. We appreciate your interest and we encourage public participation in our meeting. Your comments are important to the decision-making process. Anyone who wishes to address the board will please approach the podium, identify yourself by your first and last name, and give your complete mailing address. I'm Betsy White, the chair, and we all welcome you this evening. Roll call.
Mr. Boyd?
Here.
Mrs. Hartshorn? Mrs. White?
Here.
Mrs. Bunn? And Mrs. Pillion?
Here.
Okay, the first order of business is approval of minutes of our last meeting. Has everybody had time to
Oh, we don't have
review those?
We don't have those ready for you yet.
They're not ready? I wondered why they weren't in the packet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We don't have them
All
ready.
right, we'll skip that then, and we'll go on to the business at hand, which is our 5 certificates of appropriateness applications. The first one is Sarah Hurley, 201 East Main Street, owner certificate of appropriateness for a non-illuminated freestanding sign located at 102 North Court Street in Abingdon. You can come up while he's giving the staff report, yes.
So the request is the Abingdon Wine Shop and 201 East Main LLC owner have requested approval of a certificate of appropriateness for a 2-foot, 3/16 inch by 3 foot, which equals 6.5 square foot, non-illuminated double-sided bronze freestanding sign set directly above the existing painted black cast iron railing. The freestanding sign structure will be painted black and anchored into the existing brick mortar joints, similarly to the existing painted black cast iron railing. So, background. Currently, there is 1 approved projecting sign and 1 wall sign installed for the business or its related entities. So, this is the projecting sign here. This is the wall sign. Both of these are existing and were previously approved. Here's the existing cast iron rail. And then they're proposing to have a sign such as this. These will be anchored into the mortar joints, into the brick here. And it will be double-sided, and pretty much this decal, just imagine it here. But it would have 2 posts going into the ground, into the brick. According to the design guidelines, signs should be kept to a minimum with no more than 2 signs per building or 1 sign per business, whichever is greater. This would be the 3rd sign for the business or its related entities. To adhere to the design guidelines, 1 of the existing signs should be removed to maintain the 2 signs per building requirement. And that's all I have for you.
All right. What is the signage, the size of the sign?
The one that's
The one that proposed?
It's, I think I measured like 28 by 36 is what I kind of proportions.
6.5 square feet.
6.5
Yeah.
square feet. Okay. I know that our guidelines do allow a little bit of leeway for a restaurant as far as that.
Yes, and this was actually, so y'all are kind of, I'll let you know, I know everyone knows that summer has kind of changed its format. So in the cellar, we are actually transforming as a wine shop. So it is a separate business than like the ongoing like events and things that we have on the roof. So that's why the need for the signage as well, so people will know that it's the wine shop. And even though it's under the same brand, it is being a separate business now. I just want, I feel like it needs that, the signs to identify, just so people begin to understand, and also, obviously, people that are from out of town and walking around will see us and come in.
Right. So what your point that that you have is that it is a separate, it should be conceived as a sort of a separate business under the umbrella of your other ones, which would cause us to stretch a little bit in order to avoid the 2 per building or 1 per business.
Right.
You're trying to say this is a separate business.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
And
All
then
right.
To clarify also on the third sign, it's actually, I don't know if do you have a picture, Gabe, of on the side? Actually, you should show the railing, you can kind of see, you can see it, it's a 1 by 1 like tile.
Oh, yeah.
And part of the reason for that is that, and Charlie can even, I don't know if you have any kind of photos to provide, but it's kind of a, you can go ahead.
I guess
You wanna stay over here?
my request, my submission to the board would be that there was a way that we could provide somewhat of a provision to allow essentially it would be a total of 3 signs, but that little wall tile is, and in my time, for instance, in New York City and other cities, that would always be kind of an extremely subtle marker and nod within the kind of the wine community and wine shop world, as kind of a marker of quality, and designed to blend with historic, and often as a historic plaque. If you look at old ancient wine stores in New York and London and other places, and we would certainly, if it needed to be repositioned or in some way retain that as a kind of an asset, both within the kind of wine recognition world and also kind of denoting that this is a quality wine / hospitality destination. So it is kind of important to me to kind of try to keep that tile, that little relief wall sign, if we could.
So is that wall tile one of the 2 that you
Yeah.
currently have?
Mhm.
The other one is the one that's hanging
Yes,
from
yeah.
on the corner.
Yeah.
And this is the small one, which is that. Okay. So what you're asking is for the new one to be on the railing.
Yes,
The one that
we
the
just
one
had
that we
that
have it
addition.
pictured right there.
Right, the new one would be.
Yeah, there it is.
Exactly, right, exactly.
It's a
Right,
terrible
right there.
drawing, sorry, guys.
That's okay. It
But
makes
yeah,
the point.
it makes-
Okay.
But yeah, so that would essentially be the functional business street sign for visibility. That little historic style wall placard, if it could remain, that would be tremendous.
What is the size of it?
It's a 1 by 1,
One by
just
one.
like
A 1 by 1, which is
That's correct.
smaller,
That's correct. It's a 1 by 1.
which is smaller.
Yeah.
Okay. Any discussion, questions? None? Public comment? We welcome public comment. All right. So what we have is before us an application for a sign that will be from the railing, that will be, and it is allowed to be a little bit bigger because it is a restaurant than our 4x4. And it would be in addition to the small plaque on the wall and the hanging one that we see out there.
yes. And the hanging one is more for the, like, the vents in the rooftop, which it is kind of, seems complicated. To me, it's clear, but since we have changed complete kind of model,
Mhm.
with yet staying in the hospitality veins, close enough, I just wanted to make sure that the public also understands, like, the distinction between the 2.
The distinction between
Yeah.
the 2, they're 2 separate.
Yes,
Separate.
yes, between like the
Two
retail.
separate things,
Yeah,
okay.
wine shop.
Questions?
So we typically allow 2 signs?
We-
Is that the issue
We
at
typ-
hand?
We typically allow 2 signs per building or 1 per business with the building.
Okay.
And so the question here is, they've already got 2 signs, that this wine shop is a 3rd business under their umbrella. That is what
Okay.
they are, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it would be stretching our guidelines a little bit in order for them to do that. comments? Dayton? Would you like to make a motion?
I move we approve the application for the sign as presented.
Peyton Boyd moves that we approve the sign application as presented.
I'll second.
Second by Amanda Pillion. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Boyd,
Aye.
Mrs. Pillion,
Aye.
and Mrs. White.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Peyton.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. The second application we have is it Bernard or Bernard? Keith, oh, okay. Okay, all right. This is for exterior changes at 240 Dale Street, Abingdon. And we'll listen to the staff report for this one.
Keith Hurley, applicant/owner, has requested approval of a certificate of appropriateness for a variety of exterior and site changes to the existing north elevation of the building, the existing wooden dog ear fence along the western property line, and existing parking paving material. So first, removal of roughly laid painted dark blue CMU block from both the first floor western and eastern halves of the north elevation. These halves, separated by an existing painted dark blue wooden post, were once garage door bays. In your staff reports, you'll see the Sanborn maps. Specifically in 1928, you'll see a one-story garage. This was that building. Somebody added a second story onto it sometime in the past, but the CMU is so roughly laid that you can actually see, just on sight from these photos, where the bays were. And you can kind of see the post that's between the two here. Installation of two painted red wooden barn-style doors with a 3-pane transom into the western half of the north elevation as shown in the rendering submitted. So here's those red doors. Installation of a shed roof awning clad in standing seam metal panels with striations to match the existing roof cladding of the building directly over the proposed 2 painted red wooden barn-style doors with a 3-pane transom into that first floor western elevation. So here's the awning that would be added. Reposition the 2 existing painted white wooden 12-pane casement windows into the first floor of the eastern half of the north elevation as shown in the rendering submitted. So here's those 2 windows that would be reused. Installation of 2 painted green aluminum gooseneck lights, one on either side of the repositioned windows. Installation of CMU block painted dark blue to match the existing building paint color around the proposed wooden doors and the windows, so essentially just filling in the space that the door and windows don't take up. Reposition installation of existing wooden dog ear fence to match existing material, finish, and design. And the paving material, the applicants are at the moment unsure which way they want to go, but they're thinking either brown pea gravel or concrete. And so, as you see here, the fence kind of goes all the way along that western property and ends into the corner of that building. They're looking to remove that part of the fence and bring it to approximately kind of this portion right here. Create a new fence line that would match this fence material and design of that, and kind of create this 2 right here. These kind of shaded areas would be where they would do their paving material. So it would either be pea gravel or concrete. They're asking if the board could make them, if they found this to be acceptable, to maybe have in their motion to allow them to have the option of either doing brown pea gravel or concrete.
Can I make a little statement to clarify too? So like the reason I did a little bit different coloring, like the white grid versus the blue, is the front area almost needs concrete because the water comes into the building. So the idea is to kind of like create a little where it runs away from. We're not totally in agreement with I want pea gravel, he wants concrete for the white grid. I think the pea gravel is pretty, but anyways, being different material, like one concrete for sure and maybe one pea gravel.
All right.
And this is their existing fence that's there, so they would just be putting a little bit of a new fence here. Again, that would match the same sort of style that they have there existing. And this white line here too, if you're following my cursor, that would also be a fence, be the same sort of materials that would be.
It would be new fence.
Yeah, that would be new fence.
That was my question, is it new fence?
Yeah, I'm not going to try and install it on panels.
Yeah, no, it would just match
We
what
installed
you got.
The blue area it needs a concrete apron there, because the water coming down Dale Street, there's holes there in front of the building, so we need something to shed the water away. So, and the pea gravel, you know, pea gravel, I don't know if is a good aggregate to park on. I know it's in the,
And I will say both materials are acceptable for parking, for paving material for parking and driveways.
Got it?
Yep.
Okay. So, speak to it.
Well, and obviously, we're tackling one address at a time, so the fence line there is a different address, but I want it just kind of all be uniformed and also create privacy from the back road, if you can see along the straight one along Dale Street. And so, yeah, what I'm just kind of wanting to do, because there's not much space to kind of enhance that rental, is to create almost like a little courtyard feel within that little fence space, if you can see where it has the white X, the blue X. And then it doesn't have parking currently right there, so, yeah, just creating a little parking as well for it.
Where is your, I know that you added a deck a while back to this,
That is on that side.
and that is right
Yes,
there, okay.
that's correct,
I'm just
yeah.
orienting myself as to where
Yeah,
that is, yes, okay.
That's where it is. And there's probably on the front exterior too, so, I mean, but open to suggestions. Can you bring that picture back, okay, on the drawing? Yeah,
Oh, the
so
drawing.
this is it's so rough right now, and we've even pondered like, oh, what do we do to make this more attractive? So the idea, and these looks really red on here, but I actually try to, could be red, but also or either like a stained, almost a cherry kind of stain would as well, or yeah, there's some leeway there. And the idea is to have, kind of, I don't know, do the best with it that we can with that front.
Yes.
If there's any questions. And the shed roof area would be for, it just provides a little bit of storage there.
Okay,
That's what that is.
okay. Any questions, public comment here? How about discussion? We've got approximately eight items here to do here with the
right,
redoing
yeah.
your facade and your fencing. I will ask the question.
Yeah.
I believe that the renovation, I think I read somewhere, that you're undoing was not original to the structure
Correct.
anyway.
Right,
Correct.
correct, yeah.
Yes.
We actually bought it from a Murray brother. Actually, the whole strip, even our house we were living in, was one of these Murray brothers. And in the 40s, it was a garage. And then he had bought it in the 70s and blocked it in and used some old windows, which I love the windows. I restore old windows myself, so I'm going to reuse those. But it's almost bringing it back a little bit more to the look of the original. Of course, it wasn't it was like a car garage at the time. I think the 40s is what he told me.
Okay,
So.
okay.
yeah, the mechanic lived upstairs,
Oh, I see.
and he had
Can you put that picture back up of
two-car,
The old one?
the other one?
yeah,
That
there were
one.
two
Yeah.
garage bays.
Yep.
And that's where he,
It's harder to see it in the photograph, but in person, it's really obvious to see where they just kind of like filled it in with a really bad.
really bad block work.
Yeah.
Yes, I rode up there and looked at it. You can see it when you
Yeah.
see it in person, yes.
Yeah, and this building's seen a lot of change because even on the 1928 Sanborn map, it shows that it's a one-story building.
Right.
So it's obviously gone through many different changes,
Oh,
and
really?
specifically this, so it was originally one story, and it was not part of this property before it got added on to.
Right.
1922 wasn't part of the property, 1928, this became part of the property that the house is on.
Oh, that's neat.
So this northern elevation specifically has seen much change, so even though it's contributing, they're not changing anything that's original or contributes to the integrity of the building. So.
Any discussion or questions about any of it? As I said, we have about 8 items right here.
Would you prefer to do them separately, or do you
Well-
want to do them all together?
We can make a point of that, doing them all together, unless we've got one piece of this that someone has a discussion about or a question about it. Anybody? If we don't, we can do them all at once. Do we have a motion?
I'll make the motion to just approve all of the changes all at once.
All right, Amanda Pillion has made the motion to approve the changes as presented all at once.
Before we do that, Amanda, could you just include into your motion that they have the option to either use pea gravel or concrete as a paving material?
Yes.
And that's the last item here. It says
Okay.
or.
Okay.
So just making sure that you know that you
Okay.
can do that.
Okay, thank
Right,
you.
that last item says pea gravel or concrete.
Okay.
So having
The very last one over here.
very last, oh, on that.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the wrong page, sorry.
But if we take it as a whole, that is written in there.
Yeah.
Do I
Okay.
need to specify also the stain of the wood fencing color, or, okay, I didn't know that was.
Okay. So I was just going to read the sample motion for approval, and I will add that in there. Having reviewed and considered the application material, staff report, and public comment in accordance with the requirements of section 44-3.6-6 of the Town of Abingdon zoning ordinance, I move to approve the certificate of appropriateness for 240 Dale Street with approval subject to all applicable laws and regulations, and with the modification that the paving can be either concrete or pea gravel.
Okay? So we have the motion on the floor. Second?
Second.
Peyton Boyd seconds the motion. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Boyd,
Aye.
Mrs. Pillion,
Aye.
and Mrs. White.
Aye. Thank you.
And thank you.
I think it's going to look
You have a
great.
big project ahead of
A
you.
lot better, at least.
Yes. All right. Our next certificate application is Travis Dyson, owner, applicant, certificate of appropriateness for one-story rear addition east elevation siding replacement, and this is at 228 West Valley Street.
Travis Dyson, applicant/owner, has requested approval of a certificate of permanence for the removal of a 15-foot by 8-foot section of damaged pre-finished light blue vinyl siding from the east elevation of the one-story rear addition and replace it with a 15-foot by 8-foot section of to amend this here, we talked on the phone, and they're amending it from hardy board to LP lap siding. And it's going to be painted morning fog. All trim work will be painted to match the existing trim work, seams caulked, and required flashing around windows installed. So this section, this is not original to the building. You'll see in your packets that actually it was picked up as a foundation at first in the Sanborn maps, and then it continued on. This addition was probably put on in the mid-1900s when the ambulance company took it over. One thing that I found that was just cool was that this was the house of our second mayor, Joseph M. Butt.
Interesting.
This is kind of a cool building where this actually has a link to kind of our mayors in that time. So already talked with the applicant. The only thing that I had from that was the hardy board. It's a cement type, so it's really not appropriate in what we've allowed before. Talking with the applicant, they are willing to change that from hardy board to LP lap siding, which we have allowed at other buildings that are non-contributing part of it. And they're going to be painting that morning fog, and it'll be a smooth finish as you see here. So it'll look more like this than this. But yeah, so this part's not a contributing part, so that's why we're not asking for wood. It's just kind of a piece that was added onto when the ambulance company took over the building.
Okay. Welcome.
All right.
Any questions or comments before we hear from the applicant? Okay, let us hear from you.
So I'm Travis Dyson, owner of 228 West Valley Street. The siding has become damaged. I just want it replaced. And talking to Mr. Christopher here, happy to use the LP Smart siding. We'll have, from 40 feet away, it'll look largely as it does now, except it'll be new materials that are non-damaged. And happy to use the LP Smart siding trim around the window and on the corners and stuff, and make it look substantially similar as it looks currently. So, and of course match the paint. Happy to answer any other specific questions you might have.
The original house siding, or what are they called, asbestos shingles?
So those are asbestos
Yes,
shingles.
yeah.
Originally, it was wood, but Again, I think a lot of this happened when the ambulance company kind of took it over, and that's when a lot of the exterior changes happened, including this addition that was put on around that time. So the footprint's still there and everything, but it's just the exterior's been changed quite a bit from what it would have been.
Right, and you can see the damage to the siding here that you're trying to replace.
Right.
Okay. All right. Any discussion?
What would the exposure be on the overlap of the boards?
Haven't made a determination on it. Happy to measure what the existing size of these slats are on the vinyl and try to match that.
I wonder if it would be better not to match it since it's so different from the exposure on the asbestos shingles.
More than 50% of the house has this vinyl siding on it now. The entire exterior on the rear of the property that's visible from Main Street is fully vinyl siding, and the entire west side of the building is vinyl siding as well, except the original part of the building on the front.
So that's your preference, Mr. Dyson?
I'd like to keep it
Okay.
exactly, yeah, the same size.
All right.
Yeah, it's only this part that really has it.
That way I don't have 3 different types of siding.
Right.
I just have 2 types.
Yeah, there you go. Any further discussion? Do I have a motion?
Having reviewed and considered the application, material, staff report, and public comment in accordance with the requirements of Section 44-3-6 of the Town of Abingdon zoning ordinance, I move to approve the certificate of appropriateness for 228 West Valley Street with approval subject to all applicable laws and regulations.
With the change from this, to note the change to LP lap siding.
Yes, with the change to LP lap siding.
Okay. All right. Second?
Second the
Peyton
motion.
Boyd seconds. Any further comment? Roll call.
Mr. Boyd,
And aye.
Mrs. Pillion,
Aye.
Mrs. White.
Aye.
All
Thank
right.
you, Mr. Dyson.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Okay. Next, we have an application from Joe Johnston and Sophie Johnston.
Okay. So,
You don't look like Sophie to me.
so Joe Johnston and Sophie, but I believe this is Zoe. Yep, this is Zoe. Have requested approval of a certificate of appropriateness for a variety of exterior and site changes. Repaint the R-type steel roof cladding, wooden clapboards, wooden trim, wooden shutters, wooden front porch architectural features, wooden cross lattice base, wooden front porch ceiling, and wooden front porch door. The applicant has provided you with kind of the paint samples that they're looking at.
Paint samples here.
So if you want to look at any of those paints there. Repair and preserve the original wooden louvered shutters on original portion of the building, and they would remove any of the plastic ones. So these are all wooden here that you see. That's on the front. Again, just another view of the front. Again, these are all wood. This one is vinyl here, and these are all vinyl on the kind of addition that was put on. So here's a closer up look. You can see that
Mm-hmm.
vinyl, non-operable. Just another view. Install the French doors off the kitchen. The doors would be wooden and fitting into the existing width of the window opening. And I'll kind of run through because they submitted an excellent packet, so I'm just kind of going through what they want to do. Put in approximately 90 feet of new fence. The top of the fence would be 3 feet 10 inches above grade. Picket fence to match kind of the existing picket fence that's already there. So if we're going through their packet here, they also have some landscaping, well, hardscaping things, I should say. So as I said, they would be removing all the vinyl shutters. Any wood repair that would be happening, that would also be covered under this. I've already talked to Sophie, your carpenter and everything. When you guys all get together, I'll come out and I'll just take photos and everything, and we'll have that documented.
I didn't hear that. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
For the wood repair, because I know there's some that has to happen when we were kind of walking around, I talked to Sophie and everything, and I know you guys are working with a carpenter to get those to match the existing. So when he comes out or she comes out or when they're all out there together, I'll come out and take photos of what's being repaired, and then we'll come back and have that as documented and everything. Yep. But you're just looking to replace like for like, so.
I can't hear very well.
You can see where in your packet where the gate, the fence would be by this red line here on the third page. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Right here. So this red line, there's no fence there at this moment. They're kind of looking to create it more into a garden space. Right now it's just a walkway that's not contributing and just grass. So this same sort of fence, they would be removing this section and putting hedges in, as you see here, and kind of taking this part and reusing it and putting it back here and then replicating that look for whatever they're needing. They're looking at two options. Again, you can approve both options. One just has the fence going all the way across. The applicant, I know when I was talking to Sophie, you have a couple dogs, so you were trying to find out, maybe have a space where you could just let them go in a sense. So that's kind of option two, is you have that same fence line going across the back, but you just kind of have this additional fenced-in rectangle area. And you can see the gates here. That would be installed as well. So, and then looking in their packet, you see the doors that they're proposing. The doors that are currently there, that are one's right here, and it's not original. It's actually the wood frame, as I was going through with Joe. The glue that they use is melting off the door, so
Plastic.
yeah.
It's melting off.
So they're just looking to replace it with a more appropriate door, a wood door, with muns and everything, as you see here. And so they'd be taking out the two windows on right here. And these are not wood windows. Replacing it with a double French door. And then they also be replacing this door just with one style door that's in your packet here.
Okay.
And that would be wood doors again, trying to bring it back to a material that's suitable for this type of house, not the kind of glued together door that's there now. Other than that, they're just looking to take out some shrubbery, but again, you don't look at the shrubbery, they're just looking to overall make it into a garden area where they would include pea gravel in areas, and also bluestone, which is also something that we've allowed as hardscape materials, so it's just stone. So overall, the back would be turned into more of a garden space to be used. I think I've covered everything. Is there
Nice
anything?
detailed presentation.
Yep, I was very impressed, and I appreciate the detail that you guys have gone through for the packet. I don't have to say much on this.
Yes.
Oh, and one more thing, Joe. I know you asked this. These railings here, they're in our right-of-way, but if you want to take them out, go right ahead.
I would like them, I don't think like those railings there, I don't think they look good and they don't,
Well, actually, no one can park there anyway now,
you
correct?
can't work.
Yeah.
You can't
No
park.
one can
So
park
you
on the
couldn't
street
park
anyway,
and
could
go
they?
up.
So feel free. I talked with our senior engineering tech and everything, so he checked it. They were probably put in, like you were saying, when it was an inn, and they were in our right-of-way. Technically, they probably shouldn't have been there, so if they're in bad shape and you want to rip them out, go right ahead.
I can do it.
Yep.
Okay.
Go right ahead and take them out, and then you don't
I
need to
like
do
the
anything
steps
else.
though, for some reason.
Yeah, you can leave the steps, and you don't need a handrail. I asked that too. You rip them out, no handrails required. So
Okay, that's good to know.
go for it if you want it.
Okay. So there are basically five sections to this proposal. And one of those sections has option 1 and option 2 with fencing in the backyard. Okay,
And I'm fine to approve both options of fencing.
yes. So do we have any public comment? I think we've lost all the public. Okay, how about any discussion?
No, and honestly, it's all in their packet, so if you just want to
It
approve.
really is a very thorough presentation.
If you just want to approve as presented, with all options
With
included.
all options included?
And then just saying, as like I was talking to Sophie, we'll schedule inspections throughout the project, so we're making sure everything's good and the contractor doesn't.
So to recap, Gabe, did you say when the guy comes to do the work to replace the rocking board, you need to be there and take the photograph? Or can I be there and take the photograph and then you come every now and then to see how he's doing or to see what it's like when he's finished.
Either way, if I can come out and just take the photograph, so I can put them in our thing, and then when he says, hey, we switched it out, and I can document it that part's been changed, then I can come out and take that same photo again.
Okay.
So it's just easier on you guys, so this way you don't have to worry about taking the photos. Just say, hey, they're here. Come on out.
We did, actually. We already took photos and so did
Yeah. So if you have those,
Yeah.
we can just get Sophie to
So
send
I think he's going to come on
Yeah.
Friday and
Yep.
start that.
Yep.
that.
Gabe is very good about keeping up with you.
Yeah.
so and I'm here if you ever have any other questions throughout the project, and we'll get you through the process.
We'll all watch it with great interest.
But did you like the colors that I chose?
Oh, they're beautiful.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm sure they'd be
Just
beautiful.
white
It'd
and
be beautiful, yes.
all that.
Yeah.
Roof,
It's very appropriate, the colors.
the
Certainly.
white with the house whole white without and white shutters
Certainly,
and a little bit darker windows
certainly,
and then the paint roof for the floor.
yes. Paint blue,
So
Hey.
pretty.
paint blue,
Paint blue, yeah.
paint blue. Okay, all righty. Do we have a motion on the floor? Anybody want to start?
I make the motion to approve the application as submitted.
Peyton Boyd moves to approve the application as submitted, which includes the option 1 and option 2 of the fencing in the backyard. Second?
I'll second it.
A second by Amanda Pillion. Any further discussion? Roll call?
Mr. Boyd,
Aye.
Mrs. Pillion,
Aye.
Mrs. White.
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
That's it. Thank you.
That's it.
That's it.
All right. All right, our last certificate of appropriateness application is from the town of Abingdon for a non-illuminated freestanding signage located at 306 Depot Square.
So yes, the town of Abingdon, applicant/owner, has requested approval of a certificate of appropriateness for a 4-foot by 2-foot, 8 square foot, non-illuminated, double-sided CNC carved HDU freestanding sign set within a painted black steel frame, hung within the existing painted cream wooden freestanding sign structure using a combination of painted black eye hooks and S hooks or chain links. The existing painted cream freestanding sign structure is 9 feet 6 inches tall, with a 4-foot 9-inch by 2-foot 9-inch rectangular frame set on top of a 4-inch by 4-inch painted cream wooden post. Other decorative components of the existing painted cream freestanding sign structure include a 4-inch by 4-inch painted cream wooden bracing and painted black metal accents or structural steel reinforcement brackets. Again, this is located at 306 Depot Square or the train station that other people can know by. So we're reusing, the town's using the existing structure that was left by Bar Photographs when the train station was used as kind of an incubator for small businesses or for transitioning businesses from one space to another. So Mr. Barr had his sign in this, it was the same size within that frame as you see. We're just reusing the structure there. I would also say it would be allowed to be bigger because it's for that commercial kitchen that's going to be in the far part of the depot, so it's part of that kind of restaurant food-related use. If you have any questions about the sign or anything, I'm more than happy to answer them. I'm kind of here as the representative
Okay.
since Matt was unable to make it.
So it is using the structure of the signage that was already there and just putting a new sign within that.
Yep.
And it is larger than our 4x4, but that's because it is a food business, which we allow for that.
Yeah, it'll be a food.
Okay.
use, yep.
All righty. Any comments? How about discussion?
I think it looks great.
Do we have a motion?
I can do that.
Okay.
I'll make a motion. Do I need to read this whole thing, or can I just
No,
say?
you can just say as
I move
presented.
to approve the certificate of appropriateness for 306 Depot Square
As presented,
as presented.
all right. Second?
Second.
Peyton Boyd seconds the motion made by Amanda Pillion. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Boyd,
Aye.
Mrs. Pillion,
Aye.
and Mrs. White.
Aye.
And,
Thank you.
Since that's the end of our items, I'll be sending out an email about Preservation Day, thinking Thursday before Thanksgiving, or we can think about a different date. The reason why we're delaying, the date's delayed from what we usually have it as, is because that money comes from other pools, and it didn't get released till later on than what we usually get it. So instead of trying to rush it, and then we don't have enough time to really get a lot of people here like we have in the past years, we want to give people enough time to really plan to attend the event, because each year it's been increasing more and more. Amanda, Betsy, I think you were in the room, and Payne, I think you were in the small room, the tea room for the Martha. People were literally out the door trying to get in. So we want to make sure we give people enough time that are interested in attending this event, which has grown, enough time to plan.
So it's like a week before Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it'll be the Thursday before, and we've already got the topics in place. I'll just want to make sure that that date works for everybody. If not, then we can maybe think about moving it.
What is the actual day of that?
It would be, give me one
The
second.
number?
I can look it up. It would be the 20th of
The
November.
20th, okay.
Yes.
November 20 for people to think about for the Preservation Day.
Yeah. And I'll be sending an email out for Mrs. Bunn and Mr. Hartshorn.
Okay, sounds good.
But other than that, that's all I have for you.
All right, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Amanda makes a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Peyton Boyd seconds the motion to adjourn. Roll call.
Mr. Boyd,
Aye.
Mrs. Pillion,
Aye.
and Mrs. White.
Aye. Thank you. Very nice.